welcome back. If you're new to my channel, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you are not yet subscribed, do that same thing. So anyways, this is my 5th time attempting to shoot this video. 5. I tried in the same day the other day 4 times and it wouldn't work. The camera stopped recording at different points each time, and it wasn't properly saving at all. It was a mess. So I was like, okay, well, put this away for now and come back another day to try to do this. So besides that, we have so if you guys follow me on TikTok, that was a cat toy. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you would have already known about this. And if you're not, definitely make sure to do that, because you'll get like behind the scenes into my life and what's going on and all those things. But Sebastian has this leapfrog remote and it doesn't work really. No noises come out of it. The button's light up, but that's about it. It's one of the remotes that he, one of the toys as a baby that he would just drool a lot on. So probably why it doesn't work. But Jeff and I were laying down on the couch the other day. And well, now it's over a week ago, but it went off and nothing was around it to go off. So I have no explanation for it. Jeff had no explanation for it. So yeah, so then immediately the following day was when I tried to record and it wasn't working. And it was in the same room that I tried to record in, because now I have a backdrop and hopefully we'll have, be recording more with the backdrop. So anyways, okay. So a while ago, this girl, Maddie, and she's perfectly fine with me using her name, she messaged me on Instagram and shared a personal story with me, and a personal ghost story. And I'm sorry, Maddie, that it has taken me so long to make this video. Things you guys just, I know I say it's a lot, but they're crazy. Just crazy. But I'm finally making it, and Maddie basically just, she wants what I think, and I'm sure she would love to know what you guys think. So definitely feel free to comment down below what you think she should do and just any helpful tips that you might have. So she says, when I was about 12 years old, my grandmother passed away. So I am sorry to hear about your grandmother passing away, and I know that later on you mentioned your grandfather passing away, and I'm so sorry for your loss for both of them. I know that's not easy. My one grandmother passed away when I was 6, my other one passed away when I was in 8th grade, and they were both huge losses. If you guys haven't seen my experiences with their spirits, definitely make sure to check out my childhood ghost video, because I explained that all. But anyways, so she says, when I was about 12 years old, my grandmother passed away, and that's when this all started happening. I remember seeing things move around the house, doors would open, the light in my grandmother's bathroom would turn on and off by itself. So that definitely sounds like it was your grandmother. She was trying to let you know, she's there. But it also takes a very strong spirit to do those things. The thing you want to be careful of is that it's not something dark or masquerading as your grandmother or a loved one, but it could have definitely been your grandmother. Moving on to a year later, things got bad. My grandfather passed away, and at the time I was living with my dad. The first thing that happened was kind of crazy. I didn't think much of it, but I went to get something from my room and the hallway door slammed in my face. I ran out to tell my dad he came, and then when he came, it was open, and then the door slammed in his face. Stuff started to move around, be put in spots we didn't put it in. The lights would go on and off by themselves, and doors would open and close too. So this sounds very like poltergeisty, like something's messing with you, something's trying to get your attention. So this went on for weeks. One night, me and my dad were watching War of the Worlds. I looked over in the corner because I saw something move. Ow. I was kneeling in a lake earlier, and I hit like a rock or something. My knee feels sensitive. Anyways, I looked over in the corner because I saw something move. There's this black figure, and it looked like he was bent over and rocking. I asked my dad what that man was doing in our house, and he said, no one is there. Then he said something about leaving my kid alone and went back to watching the movie. I started to see more of them. They all looked different. They would move stuff around and throw stuff across the room. One day I was home by myself like I was a lot. My dad went to go get dinner. I was watching The Conjuring. The deadbolt on the front door would stick, so you'd have to play with it to lock. It started to make the click click sound, and when I looked over at it, it locked. Then I went to watch the movie again, scared, not knowing what to do, and right in front of me, or right in front of the TV, was a little kid looking at me. He had black eyes. Then my dad knocked on the door and he went away. So I don't want to say this was a black-eyed kid. I don't believe it was a black-eyed kid. A lot of times demonic entities will masquerade themselves as a child because, you know, you never really want to hurt a child. And I mean, unless you're like a sadistic, many words that I will not say, but they're much more trustworthy, they're more innocent, and if you are younger, it's much easier for a child to trust another child. So a lot of times demonic entities will disguise themselves as children to gain your trust easier. So I think that that's what that was. Especially with the stuff like getting thrown, the stuff always moving, like all that stuff. So I told him what happened, and he said that happens all of the time. And then I started to have bruises on me when I would wake up. So that is definitely a sign of a demonic entity, a very negative thing feeding off of you, and that is why you get those bruises. I would get bruises all the time, and they do pop up more when I'm around like negative energy a lot. But if you were waking up with them like every morning, and I'm not talking about like small bruises, but I mean small bruises can count too, but you had like these really big bruises and you had no recollection of where they came from, it is 100% possible that it was a demonic entity feeding off of your energy. And that is terrifying. So that went on for 3 months. And then it stopped. So it started back when I played a Ouija board with my sister. And we jumped off her bed. She jumped up in the air. Nothing moved to the board, but a box of papers went flying off the top of her desk. So with Ouija boards are like any sort of communication device, but they are powerful, like they can open portals. So if you are to use one, you definitely want to make sure that you are taking the proper precautions. There's different crystals you can use. You want to stay in a more like positive mindset. You want to make sure that you follow the rules exactly, and always say goodbye. So when you say goodbye, you're closing that portal, and never ever release anything from the game. It sounds like Jumanji. 3 years ago, I woke up on a stormy day to see a black shadow hunched over. It was in the fetal position and it was growling and hissing and telling me to get out. Not good. Definitely sounds very demonic and negative. I would freak out. So I stopped after that for a little while, or it stopped after that, until I moved again. So sometimes when you move, at least how it works for me. So when I move, I don't see anything for a couple of days usually, or even a couple months, and then everything starts up again. So it could just be something like that, or it could be, maybe there are spirits where you moved. And the other thing is, maybe the spirits from your old residence are attached to you. So they literally came with you. So she says, fast forward to present day. So she lives with only 4 family members. They're the only ones that she considers family. I 100% get that completely. My family is something. But so blessed to have Jeff and Sebastian. And there are still people that are really close to us. And sometimes family isn't just blood. So one of her nieces who lives with her was talking about a friend named Chrissy, who lives in the house, in the attic, up above her mom and dad's room. She said that she thought it was an imaginary friend at first. So, imaginary friends, I firmly believe, are spirits. It's so much easier for children to, to be able to connect with the spirit realm and their third eye's like wide open, because they don't have all the stresses of society. They don't have people telling them what's real and what isn't. They don't have, all the distractions. So there's so many different reasons why children can so much more easily see that realm. And I think that imaginary friends are spirits. And she goes on to say that they have one of those old, like, the box TVs, like really old TVs. And they would turn it on for white noise, which I get. Jeff hates it, but I sleep with the TV on. I cannot sleep in darkness ever since I got grabbed in the middle of the night. So, can't do it at all. But I don't listen to anything when I sleep. It's just I need that light. The white noise does help the little ones go to sleep, which complete sense. So they would hear singing out of it. They would also find handprints on the TV. And I'm guessing that the handprints didn't match anybody else's in the house. So she's wondering if she should do a spirit box session. And she says that's why I sent this to Brittany. It is hard for me to talk about and it messes with my anxiety. And I want to thank her so much for sharing. You're welcome. And sorry it was so long. You're fine. When I write things, I will text somebody and leave them an entire story. Like multiple screen scrolls. So I get it. So, as long as you're not getting the bruises anymore, I would do a spirit box session just to kind of see what you come across. If you are getting the bruises, I would and even if you're not, this would still, it would still help a lot. I would make sure to do different cleansing rituals. Sage is great. Also, like, speaking out your intentions out loud definitely helps. And when you are saging, make sure to open a window because that negative energy has to go somewhere. So you want to make sure it leaves. And the other thing is crystals. So You want to use clear quartz, black tourmaline, black obsidian, black jade, pyrite, or smithsonite. So you can use any of those crystals or all of those crystals for protection. You want to set your intention with the crystal and charge it to make sure that it's working to the best of its capabilities. And also meditations would help you as well. Meditation, like saying, like just reaffirming your own strength, like different like affirmations, just anything that makes you feel powerful, because an entity isn't going to want to, you know, try to suck the life out of you if you are more powerful than it, and you are. So definitely make sure to use that power, and definitely keep me posted on this and how things are turning out. You know, you could just be more sensitive than some people, and that's why you're having all these different interactions. I mean, I think that the ones that were leaving you bruises were definitely negative. Though I'm not quite sure. I would need more intel about the ones that you are currently seeing to kind of decipher if they're negative or not. And if you guys have any, you know, advice for her, definitely, again, make sure to comment it down below. I'm sure she would appreciate any and all advice you guys have. And if you guys have any stories that you need help with, any encounters, or that you just want to share, I love reading them. You can definitely reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, or the best way to reach out to me where I will see it is my email. Sometimes, like with Instagram, it kind of just gets lost in the shuffle, or like I'm one of those people who are guilty at looking at something and just completely forgetting. I have Sebastian, so my mind is just gone half the time. But I definitely do want to share more of your guys' stories and get back into like the paranormal type stuff, I guess, because that is my true passion. I love doing vlogs for you guys, and I will continue to do that just to kind of let you guys into my life more. And sometimes it is easier for me to do a vlog and get that up for you instead of, you know, all the research and stuff that I do put into the paranormal videos. But I love researching, I love learning, I love, you know, sharing that information with you guys. So that's definitely not something that I'm going to stop doing anytime soon, even if it's sporadic right now. I am sorry. But since it's so sporadic, definitely make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. That way you don't miss a video. Until next time, you guys, I love you, and I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day and are enjoying what is now officially summer. So I will see you guys in my next video. And I hope this helps you, Maddie. Bye.